About everybody here on board. I want to know where you guys are from. Where are you guys from here? Right in the front? From here? From here. You seem unsure about that. Okay, from New Brunswick. That is not here. Close enough. From here now. I like this. Good. I like this. Where are you guys from back here? From here? Right in the city? Hampton Plains. I grew up in Tantallon. Cool. Very close. You're from Tantallon? Cool. Nova Scotia is a very small place, you guys. Where are you guys from back here? From Hansport? You guys are from Colebrook. Okay. Big difference there. Big difference. How about you guys there? Where are you guys from? From here, right in the city? Yep. In the, sorry? From Newfoundland. There we go. Some other newfies here. Hope you guys don't mind if I say newfies. You don't mind that? Okay. Where are you guys from? From PEI? From Edward Island? Okay. And then behind you guys there, you're from Fredericton? Okay. Now, gentlemen in the blue hat. Oh, there's two of you right next to each other. There's two of you. Where are you guys from? I know where he's from. You're from here? That's my boyfriend, guys. That's my boyfriend, Dave, sitting in the back there. Hi, Dave. Coming along for the ride. How about here? Where are you guys from? You're from Tantallon. You guys are all together then from Tantallon? You're from Newfoundland. Lots of people from Newfoundland on board here today. How about you gentlemen here? Where are you two from? From New Brunswick? From where in New Brunswick? St. Stephen. Gotcha. And you guys are from where?
Dartmouth. From
Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Long flight in today, guys. Hey? Long flight over the very large body of water. Yeah? How are you two here? Where are you guys from? From Sheet Harbour? Okay.
We could have
you guys we go way back. We go way back. You two are from where? Halifax? And Newfoundland, more Newfoundland. Hold on as we go into the water, guys. It might be a little bumpy. You guys are all together. We know where everybody's from. We have made it into the Halifax Harbour. Officially in the harbour. Tom, he's got his headphones on. He's getting himself pumped up to take us around and go see some ships. Listen to a little bit of pump-up music. What have we got today, Tom? Some Justin Bieber. I would say today, yeah. I'm just joking, guys. On the streets of Halifax, we're very big, but as soon as we get into the harbour, we're very, very small in comparison. You'll notice with these Navy ships here. So Halifax traffic needs to know that we're coming in and out of the water. Tom is communicating with them. And I think we're going to have some time to make our way up along the boardwalk here and take a look at some of these ships before the fireworks goes up. We'll see how far we make it.
I should make a jump for Theodore. That's our ride.
What?
That's our ride.
Oh no. Might go for a little swim.
I may have kind of lied to you. We're going to go down, check out the naval dockyards first, and then make our way up. So I would like to welcome you guys officially to the Halifax Harbour now. Like I said, Tom here with his headphones on, no longer your driver. He is now officially your captain. I am no longer your tour guide here. I'm now your official first mate. So, like I said, we're going to take a look along the naval dockyards here. There's a great big party going on the 332 as we come by, you may notice. We actually have a bunch of vessels in visiting. There's two American vessels here alongside November Bravo. There's the DeWert, and I think the other one's called the Hurricane. I think it's a cyclone. The Hurricane is a cyclone, if that makes any sense. If anybody knows anything about the Navy, do you have a question? You want to talk about the Halifax explosion? If we have time, absolutely, you can tell the story. You've been on the hopper before, have you? Do you know that we tell the story? You learned it from your teacher. Ah, a little history buff here up at the front. Yeah, absolutely. If you want to tell the story, you can. I have no problem with that. Do you guys have a problem with that? No? We'll do it as we in a little bit here. All right, you can get your facts all prepped up. Now, as we come along the naval dockyards here, docked at November Bravo, I always like to talk about the 510, this great, big, massive naval vessel. And as we come along, you'll get to see exactly how long she is. This is the HMCS Preserver. She's one of my favorites, probably because she's so large, but she's pretty neat. She works kind of like a floating supermarket, you could say. Carries all kinds of supplies. dentist, she carries medical doctors, lots of stuff. She's actually able to refuel 2 vessels out in the open water at the same time. They can pull up within 100 feet of her, connect, and refuel from her. So right as they're floating around in the water. Kind of cool. Now the 332 is all decked out, I'm pretty sure because they're hosting a party for the American vessels that are in, all the crew off of that. That's what I was told a little earlier today. If you have any more inside information, let me know. But I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. And you'll notice here, along the naval dockyards, there's this floating orange fence that floats all the way along. This is called a controlled access zone. The Navy wants to know who's on their property at all times. They want to keep track of their people. They want to keep their vessels safe. So everybody has to stay at least 200 meters away from the naval dockyard. Now the 332, as we come past, is a Halifax-class patrol frigate, and tucked up behind her, we have 2 700 series vessels, the 708 and the 700. You'll see them as we come by here. These guys are maritime coastal defense vessels. And tucked in behind them, we have a Victoria-class submarine tucked into the corner there, having a few repairs done. As we turn around, you can see out towards the Bedford Basin there, spanning across the Narrows. There's our 2 harbor bridges. We have the McKay Bridge, which is the furthest bridge away, and the McDonald Bridge, which is the closer one. Now, I grew up calling these the new bridge and the old bridge. That's how I've always known them. You guys are nodding. You guys know what I mean, those of you who are from here. Now, these bridges connect us over to the Dartmouth side, which is stretching out on your left. You can see the Dartmouth waterfront all lit up. Now, Halifax was founded in 1749, June 21st, 1749. Dartmouth was founded in 1750. Took them a whole year to get over there. Why? I have no idea. Maybe it was kind of foggy that year or something, but they got over there. It took them a year. They got over there. The Alderney was the first vessel to land over there, carrying people, making their way over to Dartmouth to settle. So I have Alderney Landing, is where the ferry terminal is over at Alderney Landing there in Dartmouth. Now there is a bit of a story that I like to tell that's attached to the McDonald Bridge, the old bridge, the closest one to us here. And it involves Dartmouth, it involves Halifax. You can imagine it was during a time when the first railway bridge was up, in the place where the McDonald Bridge is now. There was the British Navy all living over here on the Halifax side, and over at the Dartmouth side, we had a Mi'kmaq tribe. Now, the daughter of the Mi'kmaq chief, she fell in love, as they do, with a strapping young British naval officer. And she would tiptoe across that bridge every night to go visit him over here in the Halifax side, the story goes. Now, her father, when he found out, was not very impressed. Not impressed at all. So he caught her one night, and he looked her in the eyes and said, "You are never allowed to go back." So of course, what was she going to do? She was young and in love. Of course she was going to go back. So again, she tiptoed across that bridge to go visit her man. And he caught her again, her father did. She obviously was not being very sneaky. So he caught her again. And again, he looked her in the eyes and said, "This time I mean it. You are never allowed to go back." So what did he do? He put a curse on that bridge. The story goes that that curse said that the first bridge would fall in a storm. The second bridge would fall in silence. And the third bridge, it would fall in tragedy or in blood. Not a very happy curse to be putting on any bridge, let alone the one here in Halifax. So that first bridge, that first railway bridge, big hurricane ripped through the Halifax Harbour, took the bridge right out. So it did in fact fall in a storm. Now they didn't really think too much of the curse, put up another bridge in its place. Shortly after they constructed that bridge, in the middle of the night, it just totally disappeared. I don't know if when they built it, they didn't anchor quite properly, the tide came in, washed it right out, but whatever happened, it fell in silence because nobody heard or saw anything. Now, when they went to build the McDonald Bridge there, in the 50s, they started to take this curse a little bit more seriously. They said, "We need some help." So what did they do? They gathered together a few descendants of that original Mi'kmaq chief from over there in Dartmouth, gathered them together, said, "Will you please help us? We need some help." They asked them to bless the bridge, which they did. They lifted the curse, and and she is still standing there today. So I will leave it entirely up to you guys. If you want to believe in myths and curses and stories of that nature, yes. Question? You believe it? I believe it too. Because they say that they lifted that curse off the bridge, right? She's still standing there. And that third bridge, I would prefer to believe that they did lift it, because that bridge is supposed to fall in tragedy or in blood, and I do not want that to be happening. So.
Well, there's only that few people.
Exactly. Hello, Matt Lowe. I think there's only 4 people on his tour. I'm the lucky one. We have a full tour here tonight. Alright, so we are going to make our way along the Halifax waterfront here, see how many tall ships we can get in before the fireworks go off. We're passing by Purdy's Towers, though, right now, these 2 big tall glass towers. These are some of the most photographed buildings in the Halifax Harbour, perhaps because they're so pretty. Took you a minute, but you got it. I like you guys. These towers are actually pretty innovative. They built them in the 80s, and when they built them, what they decided to do was use the cool Harbour seawater. They suck it up into the buildings and circulate that cool energy around through the buildings. It saves them over $100,000 in air conditioning costs every year. So when they built these buildings in the 80s, they definitely had their heads screwed on right. They knew what they were doing when they opted to use that technology. Is anybody staying at the Harbourfront Marriott Hotel? Anybody? No? That's this building with the green roof here. You'll notice there are a lot of buildings with a roof that's this color. They're made out of copper. Over time, copper oxidizes and turns that color. That seafoamy green. Seafoamy green color. Now we're coming up to the first of the tall ships here, but before I talk about the Roseway, we're going by a little tiny yellow building on the Halifax boardwalk. A couple people are smiling. They know what I'm talking about. This is Cow's Ice Cream. Now Cow's, I am not paid to plug Cow's. I just do it because I love them. They have been voted not only best ice cream in Canada, but also best ice cream in the world at one point. So if you're looking for a snack, go and check them out. We passed by the Roseway there, coming from Boston, Massachusetts. The next tall ship that we're passing by here is the Unicorn. This was the first tall ship that made its way into the harbor. They beat everybody else here, perhaps because their crew is all female.
Yeah.
Perhaps. It is all female. Very proud of these ladies. You actually don't see that very often, a full an all-female crew, so it's kind of cool.
One of the streets you'll see the town hall.
That's the highway right there. What? That's the highway right there.
Yes. We should actually go on it sometime. You can go inside and see.
Question?
Where are they shooting the fireworks from?
Where? There's a barge, if you can see, right out to, if you look towards the refinery, there's a barge out there. They're firing them off from there, yeah.